What's good, YouTube? Dino here. I hope you're having an amazing week. I surely am. And thank you so much for all the support. We are almost at 800 subscribers, which is totally insane. Thank you so much for that. And I am planning on actually posting 2 videos this weekend. Hopefully, one Friday, which is probably this one, and one on Sunday. So be on the lookout for that, because I didn't post last week, so I'm going to make up for it. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so today we are starting a new series on the channel called Verses. I know Lewis Toe just started one of those too, but I actually had this idea before he posted that, so yeah, take that as you will. And the first episode is going to be comparing the Tangerines by C3 and the CannonKeys Lavenders. So these are both made by JWK, and they're both priced fairly at about, give or take, 67 cents for the Tangerines and 65 for the Lavenders. So the price is pretty much the same. But something not the same about these switches is their material compositions. The Tangerines have an UHM WPE housing and a palm stem, which is green, and their housings are translucent orange, which actually makes them look pretty awesome. But in my opinion, not as awesome as the Lavenders, which also have a palm stem, but they have a nylon housing, which is purple translucent, and the palm stem is white, as you can see, and I think this looks a tad better than the Tangerines. So they both have the same stem, but different housings, and the difference in materials definitely shows when it comes to the sound, and also a bit smoothness-wise. So I'll let you take a listen real quick. They are both in the same keyboard with the same configuration, so you can hear the difference more effectively. So the Lavenders are definitely deeper than the Tangerines, and that is due to the nylon housing material, but the smoothness difference is definitely noticeable also. The Tangerines are a bit smoother than the Lavenders, and I think that's a credit to the UHM WPE stem, and also the Tangerines are way smoother than the Lavenders because of the factory lube. The factory lube on the Tangerines is pretty good, and it is even across all the switches I got. I have a pack of 70, and the last difference that I'm going to talk about is the spring weight. The Tangerines are 62 grams, but you can get them in a 67 gram variant, but the Lavenders are 65 grams only. So you can only get them in 65 grams. You can change out the springs if you want, if that's your thing, but it's really not mine, and I like keeping the stock springs for switches. And even though that weight difference seems really small on paper, it is actually very noticeable in real life when you are using these switches. And I prefer the Tangerine weight over the Lavenders. I think the Lavenders are just a little bit too heavy for my usage, but I think a lot of people won't have a problem with them. So, what are my final thoughts on these two lovely switches? So, I like the Tangerines better than the Lavenders for a couple of reasons. Number one, they are smoother. Two, they have a way more comfortable spring weight for me, but that will change depending on your preference. So if it were me deciding on these, I would personally go with the Tangerines, but if you don't mind sacrificing a little bit of smoothness and you like deep switches and you want a heavier spring weight, then the Lavenders are your way to go. And that will be it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. All right. That's all for now, guys. Peace out.